Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here to talk for just a couple minutes about Dad Challenge podcast. He recently did something that I fully stand against and he's deleted it. So what I assume that means is he thinks that maybe only a few people saw what he did, but I did see what he did and we're going to talk about it. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so if you're clicking on this video, you probably know who Dad Challenge podcast is. I've made a couple of videos about him. I used to support him. I no longer support him because of the change in his content. And there are people on both sides of the fence. Some people who are still in his echo chamber and are fans think that his content hasn't changed. I, along with many other people, have seen the change and therefore I'm no longer a supporter of his. And anytime I talk about someone who I support and I no longer support them, I come to my audience and I tell them I no longer support this person and this is why. And Josh is someone who I can easily ignore because, at this point, like I see right through him. I see his gig. I know what his intentions are. But at the same time, this is something that he did that is now putting someone in harm's way, and that's why we're going to talk about it. First of all, let's talk about doxing, and I will put the text on the screen because I will be bleeping out that word because YouTube does not like it. It is a very bad word on the internet. What that word means is to publish private identifying information about a public figure, a YouTuber, an influencer. Usually it has malicious intent, and the way that I look at it is there's no reason to put private information out onto a public platform unless there is some malice behind it. Whether it's intimidation tactic, you want to send your fans and stans to go harass this person or find out additional information. I've never thought that you can someone and then stand back and say, oh, well, it was for this reason and it's actually a really positive reason. There's just no justifying doxing. And for the longest time, I have made my stance very clear because it is something that I never stand for. There is no reason why, just because you don't like someone else's opinions or the way that they look or the videos that they make or their personality or whatever it is, there is no reason to dox that person. I will give you guys my own personal thought process with this. There have been a few people who have made videos about me and they've made it very clear that they don't like me. I'm not talking about kind of the more lighthearted ones. You guys know what I'm talking about, but what kind of fool would I look like coming onto my channel and blasting someone's personal information on my page? What would that make me look like? If you guys think that I could come on my channel and do that and have a platform to stand on tomorrow, you're incorrect, because there is absolutely no way that I would be excused from this behavior. And I would never do it anyway because, okay, you don't like me, I don't care for you, we share opinions about it, and we move on to the next thing. If there's one thing that once you start making YouTube videos, you have to recognize that there are going to be people that come across your channel that just don't like you. And whether it's for a more valid reason or a really silly reason, it is what it is. If someone has a channel name called Commentary Corner and that's their channel name and they go by that and they do not go by their legal name, or even if they say their name is Jane, let's just say that. If somehow I found out that the person that runs Commentary Corner, their actual name was Michelle Smith, why would I come on my channel and say, hey, Michelle Smith is a bitch and I don't like her, So I'm going to put her channel, I'm going to put her government name on video. What would I be gaining from that? I would never want to put someone's safety at risk, even if, let's just say that it's just an adult. Fine. But the problem is what Dad Challenge Podcast has done is put not only a fellow YouTuber at risk, but also this YouTuber's 2-year-old child who resides in his home. This is the same thing that he did with Brianna Kay, and if some people want to say that it was a mistake, what he did with Brianna, oh, I wanted to see how far she lives from Target. Who cares? What does that have to do with giving commentary on Brianna? That was a stupid excuse to dox her, and it was nothing but that, an excuse. The other bad thing about the situation with Brianna is it was quickly brought to his attention, and that video stayed up for, I believe it was almost 2 weeks before he first wanted to trim that part out. But instead of unlisting the video while the video was processing, he left it up there, and while it was processing the changes, it showed her house again. And let's be honest, anyone who makes YouTube videos knows that you can unlist a video or private it while changes are being processed. But like I said from day one, the video should have been deleted, point blank, period. You made money off doxing an influencer and putting her family at risk. Now what I want to do is talk about APOC specifically. His channel, I think he has around 5,000, wow, he's almost at 6,000 subscribers. So he has about 6,000, specifically he has 5.85 thousand subscribers as of right now. And he and Dad Challenge Podcast don't like each other. He makes commentary against influencers and family vloggers. Dad Challenge Podcast makes slanderous commentary against influencers and family vloggers that a lot of times is bullying. We've all seen it. What I've seen with Josh is that he is, again, unable to take criticism. He is unable to just nothing people, even though that's his advice. Oh, I nothing my detractors. I act like they don't exist. They are, you know, squirming down there with their little 1,000 subs, and I'm up here with my 96,000 or whatever he has. And allegedly, like I said in my other video, there are some allegations going around about him buying his subscribers because his views don't match his boost in subscribers, but that is a topic for another day. APOC put out this video, the Dad Challenge Podcast is finished. He premiered it, and what happened was when he premiered it, Josh saw the video premiering, and instead of saying, you know what, doesn't matter, I'm gonna nothing this person because I just don't like them, so on and so forth. Instead of doing that, Josh put a full dox of this YouTuber's legal government name on a video premiere. Now, I know for a fact Josh is going to try to say, oh, well, this guy sent me my address, and it was this whole thing that Josh was trying to say that he was doxed, even though it was not a dox in my opinion. What happened was a former moderator doxed him. So what happened was Josh pissed off one of his former moderators who knew his home address, sent that home address to APOC, and APOC sent it to Josh to say, this was sent to me by a former mod. All of this was done behind the scenes. None of it was public. So I guess Josh thinks that since that exchange happened, he can premiere a video seeing this person's full legal name. Now putting this creator's family at risk. It was not anything behind the scenes. Now, I'm not saying that people should be doxing one another behind the scenes, but Josh knows how crazy some of his fans are. And once you put that out to your audience and it's someone that you've made very clear that you don't like, you already know what to expect from your fans. You're giving the information to them so that they can do with it what they want. Josh is someone who has threatened directly in video, and I'll include a clip, that he was going to picket outside of the Stoffer's house.
I'm going to picket outside of your house with people. I'm going to your hometown and I'm going to picket you. I'm going to bring a bunch of people to hang outside your house and picket what dirtballs you are. The next step is the next step. That's what's going to happen.
There's one thing that I've always stood firmly against, and that is going real life. And what I have seen with my own two eyes, this is not hearsay, these are not rumors, I have seen Josh go real life very, very quickly. He is someone who I've actually never seen someone so incapable of taking an opposing opinion. And I'm not saying that I'm the best example ever, but there are plenty of people who have had opposing opinions of me. And whether I partially agree with them or I don't agree with them, I would never put any of these people at risk while they're sitting in their homes, which are supposed to be a safe place for each and every one of us. It is not okay what Dad Challenge Podcast is doing. It is not okay the way that he is abusing his platform, and he is absolutely putting other YouTubers in harm's way consistently. Allegedly, in my opinion, I think what happens is once you are against Dad Challenge Podcast, he will do whatever it takes to find out personal info on you, and he will advertise that he has that personal info as an intimidation tactic. He is absolutely someone who does not deserve power, a platform, or respect at this point. He has shown that he is unable to reside in the world of YouTube without it absolutely just wrecking his egotistical little brain, and he becomes unhinged so quickly. It's almost unbelievable unless you've witnessed this behavior for yourself. I've never seen anything like it, and I've seen some people that can't take criticism on YouTube, but this guy goes from 0 to 1,000 just based off of one video or one comment. It is literally unimaginable how he wants to preach the word of nothing people, and everyone's just a bunch of haters because of his 95,000 subscribers. But nobody's hating. They're just seeing through your bullshit, through your ploy, and through your hypocrisies. And if people have a platform to speak on it, they're going to. You can't shut out other creators' opinions. That's just not how the world works. And if you become so unhinged and derailed because of a video calling you out on your bullshit based off of stuff that you've actually said, then Josh is someone who needs to sign off of the internet. He has objectified women's bodies. He has bullied people for the way that they look, the way that they speak. And most importantly, this is now the second time that he has publicly doxed another YouTuber. Josh is someone who does not need a platform. The second thing I want to talk about in this video, I was going to make it its own video, but Cece Suarez has decided to cut ties with Dad Challenge Podcast. And I'm actually really glad that this happened because while Cece is definitely not everyone's cup of tea, I can definitely see that. So I see where you guys are coming from. I don't watch her channel, but I can say that being so closely aligned with Josh was not doing any favors for her. And I think that what happened was she just finally ended up seeing that, wow, this is a really bad move for my public image and what people think of me. So they decided to blame it on scheduling and sever ties. Of course, this is only a conspiracy, but I think what happened was they came to the agreement to say, let's just agree to use the reason as scheduling differences. Because if she were to say, you're an asshole and I don't want to be associated with you anymore, so I'm cutting the podcast, there might be some damaging DMs between the two, and she might have been worried that he would go public with information that he knows about her, because he is a dangerous guy. Let's be honest. He has shown that he will go real life. He will share personal info, and he will absolutely just crumble at any opposing opinion. So there was probably some kind of agreement made. I think it's great that she doesn't associate with him, because as of now, the only people that are still associated with Dad Challenge is the Glare. I don't think Annie at 10 to Life really associates with Josh anymore. I could be wrong, but I don't, see her in chats or anything like that. Of course, that was as of when I was still kind of watching some of his videos. I didn't really hear her name a whole lot, but I don't know. If you guys still hang out in his lives, let me know about Annie. But yeah, so Josh and the Glare can, hold hands and skip down the road. But if you're gonna dox people on this platform, you will be called out for it. And this is what I mean when I say Josh will be his biggest downfall. Because this is not anything that other people are doing to you. You are doing it to yourself. So I hope that his big ego and little brain feel really good about putting a family at risk. He knows how his audience is with people that he doesn't like. He knows what he's doing. He's very dangerous, and this is someone who just needs to get the off YouTube. If I'm gonna be super transparent about how I feel, he needs to get off YouTube, because he's dangerous. And if there's one thing that all YouTubers can agree on, one thing, it's that doxing is never okay. I don't care if this person came out with the craziest opinions about you and whatever, you don't dox people. What would he say if Jess Fam doxed him? If he had never said his name, what would he do if Jess Fam said, you know what, I'm getting really tired of this channel and their opinions about me, so I'm going to premiere a video that says everything you need to know about Joshua Barber? He would absolutely crumble. The last thing I'll say about him and Cece is that there was also the clip from their podcast. I think it might have been the worst thing that he said on that podcast. I wasn't really too surprised to hear that from him. I'll include a clip right here. But yeah, the shit that comes out of this guy's mouth is just digging his hole deeper and deeper.
White buddy and I are driving through Detroit in his little Hyundai accent, listening to Christian hip hop. And these guys, it was stupid, it was dumb, because we got lost in downtown Detroit. Don't ever get lost as white people downtown Detroit, okay? White boys.
as anyone, really.
As anyone, don't. And these guys pull up in this giant Tahoe, or this big, giant black, I don't know what it was, Escalade or something, roll down their window and look at us, and they say, what are you listening to? We roll up our window, and the highway was right at the next exit. We hopped on the highway and took off. We were like, I don't even know. And I don't even know. That was scary, because we don't know anything, because we're from Canada, man. We don't have that kind of stuff.
So that's all that I have to say for today. Do not give doxers a platform. Do not give doxers your social media currency. How about that? Because I understand that there are still some people who subscribe to my channel and they subscribe to Josh, and I've never asked anyone to pick a side or don't, ride the fence or whatever. I don't ask subscribers to do that, but I do remind subscribers to utilize your social media currency in a good way. And if you feel good about giving it to someone who doxes people who he disagrees with, then that's your decision. But we're also not going to sweep this under the rug just because he deleted the video and act like it wasn't literally ready to premiere. Dangerous people do not deserve platforms, period. So that's going to be it for now. If you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.